Now live. Make sure my mic is still on.
Yes, I should. You mind if I go live too?
Yeah. You should watch, because that's how we're gonna know who's up here, or who's in here rather. Because I've been trying to work with this old phone, but the battery doesn't. Yeah, I need to get something else to work with so I can view here. Tried it with a tablet; it was too cumbersome. That'll work.
Easy peasy.
You in this frame?
And we're in both. Good. Oh, where
right.
it going?
What's up, y'all? Smoking Santa here. Shout out to my fam. My niece is undergoing brain surgery at the moment. So shout out to her. Shout out to the fam. I know everything's going to be fine. We're all together. We're all in good communication about this. And that's one tough little chick, I can promise you. Anyway, here we go. Welcome to the Smoking Santa Show. Here at Daddy Dank's, 6401 West Alameda, Lakewood, Colorado. If you're in the area, stop by. Today, I have my good friend KC here with me. Entrepreneur, does a lot of things. Flexlana, I left that one out earlier.
It's all good.
420, because my man's birthday is on 420. Happy birthday to you too.
Thank you.
You know I follow you real close, man.
Yeah.
That's how I get my workout in, to tell you the truth, man. You wearing me out. I also follow real close, like I do you, the Real Scorpio King. I shout out to the Real Scorpio King. Because he does this construction stuff and they're moving all these big old concrete things and shit. So I'm just like watching you lift weights, watching the concrete be moved around, big, huge stuff. You know, he works industrial stuff, building cities, building highways, building. Yeah. So that's two of my favorite. Let's just kill some time, see what these guys are doing. And you're always doing something. You're always involved in something.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. I am in envy. Yeah, you're definitely an athlete.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Try to be.
Even in training. Any athlete. Bro, respect.
I try to be.
I mean, yeah. That's why I follow this guy. He's interesting. He's got a lot going on.
Like to stay active.
I feel
like the older, like I'll be 35 next year, which isn't shit, but it is shit. You know what I mean? Closer to 40, closer to 50, closer to 60. So as I age, I just want to stay young, like you.
Like me. I mean, I tell you what, I worked hard in a different way. You know what I mean? I just did. I raised a family, and by trade, I'm a maintenance guy. And we didn't have such a thing as work-life balance. So it was work. I'm real sorry I did that. But I tell people all the time, I was always paid what they told me they were going to pay me. The job was always what it was going to be, or I just wouldn't be there. I would just leave. So fair, you know. I mean, I was never mistreated or never had any, lawsuits or any kind of weird shit like that come up on me. But yeah, so now, well into my 60s, my wife said I was 64 the other day. That's real. It's like the first time you tell somebody how old you are. You tell them your birthday all the time, right?
Right.
But then they say, well, how old are you? You'd be like, I'm 34, but I thought I was 17 last night. I was 20, whatever that age is, I call it the vampire age. At what age would you want to be and know that you're going to live forever? You're going to exist in 700 years. So you haven't had that many ages, so you're probably going to go low.
Right.
I'm going to go 35. Because 35 I was good. Career was popping. Kids were good. 235 pounds, lean, 235. Now I'm a lean 275.
Take it.
But, you know, like doing the Smoking Santa show, I learn every day about diet and how important it is. You know, a body in motion stays in motion.
Of course.
I had one therapist that was like his opening line. Body in motion stays in motion. You shake my hand. I'm like, okay.
I like that.
So
yeah,
I've been trying to keep that motion, and Smoking Santa show helps me a lot keep that motion. Inspirational people like yourself and the Scorpio King, that's motivational. You know, I follow Bradley real hard, been following her real hard for a couple of years. I got love for that kid. You know what I mean? That is one of my Colorado nieces, so to speak, you know.
Gotcha.
She's inspirational too, because, you know, when I was down and healing and depressed and feeling bad, she was one of the people I watched as well. You know, she's doing artsy stuff, and she's got artists that she's rolling up for, and you know the story.
Of course.
And yeah, that's inspirational people. Kay Jones, shout out Kay Jones. That's an inspirational person. She has and will drag Jimbo through whatever the fuck I'm trying to do. She has been a help beyond belief. She's a mentor to me in a lot of ways, and I'm sure I'm a mentor to her in a lot of ways. I was supposed to go on the T with THC, and I just, you know, technology just kind of messed me up, and I thought I could do it on my phone. And she's like, no, you need to do it. I need to have this background. You need to do it on a laptop. She was real patient with me. She postponed that shit for 3 hours, and we did it again later because I've been around Krista so long, she understands me. So right. She knew I had the capability. She just knew I needed more time than what she would need to do it.
Right,
you know?
right.
I'm dusting the laptop off, bro. Yeah, it works. It's up to date. It's ready to rock and roll for anything, but
yeah.
I just don't use it. And Kay Jones walked me through that shit, said, let's do this at 4:00. And I said, yes. And it worked perfect. I love to be around people that understand me like that. Like my boy Isaac over there, also known as MNG.
He's a cool guy.
I could tell he's around somebody older, much older, like a grandfather or whatever. And just by the way, I mean, that dude was guiding me around at 420, man. I mean, he was looking at shit like, hey, Jimbo, watch out for that hole right there, man. I don't want you, you know, he don't want me to go down because he knows it's going to take 3 or 4 to get me back up. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So, and yeah, I mean, he was truly looking out for me, concerned about me, you know, hey, let's go get some water. Let's, you know, and he was videoing me. So he's almost always eyes on me. I'm very appreciative of that because it's,
he took a lot of pictures with people that day.
Man,
it's a lot. Even from what I had a lot of content from you too.
You know, the pictures I never will see probably don't even outnumber the pictures you got and the pictures I got. It was hard to go through there. It was kind of cool because people are just stopping you. They already know why you're there. Let's get a picture. You know, let's do this. Let's vibe. If I said I was going to get back to you, I'm still going to get back to you. I've been really busy, a little busier than I'd even anticipated. And I have a couple other things I'm going to do. I think I'm going to start doing a cannabis legacy thing where I can point out what changed in the last 50 years. I can cover 50 years. I took a break for 20 years of that, 50 years from cannabis, but I can pretty much cover 50 years of the culture it was and the culture it became. High Times Magazine, shout out to High Times Magazine. that was like almost looking at, we used to look at motorcycle magazines because girls had bikinis and stuff on. High Times magazine, it was like looking at girls in bikinis. For me, always has been. My significant other will tell you she already knows who my mistress is. It's Mary Jane. That is true to form.
Yeah.
Smoking Santa does have a medical card. So I do medicate and meditate and partake in excess, as you know,
Yeah.
as a lot of you folks know. So let's shift a little bit here more toward you. What's up, boss? He's peeking at me because homie left twice in one day when I was doing this. He left. I said goodbye. 7 minutes later, the glitch in the matrix, he left again, and I said goodbye. Dude doesn't know whether he's coming or going.
Yeah.
That's the original daddy. That's the original Dankster right there. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy. I was really, I usually don't talk to people my age, and he's my age, and I enjoyed it a lot. I don't go around too many people my age because most of the time they're not as cool as me or my man Daddy Dank over there. They just want to talk about other things that don't concern me.
Yeah.
So
I could imagine.
if it doesn't, oh yeah. You can't imagine. You can't imagine. Not with me, you can't, because I don't go to those places in the world or in my life.
Gotcha.
Try to avoid those things. I do know what's going on, Yeah, I do think everybody deserves a fucking clean place to sleep and a fucking meal. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Make them work for it. Fold a box or something. I don't know. But, yeah. So, Lex Lana. Stoners aren't lazy. I got the shirt the other day. I hope y'all see me in it because
it's a good fit.
I made a special shirt. I was like, and I got a little spot behind my spot that I take some pictures and ran out there and took some pictures of myself. Yeah, it's a good fit.
Good.
It works. I get a lot of compliments and comments on it. I'm in the store the other day and this guy behind me, he says, I agree with your shirt 100%. And then he looks over my shoulder at the cashier and he says, his shirt says stoners aren't lazy on the back. And she said, yeah, it says it on the front too. So there you go.
I appreciate it.
All I did was wear the shirt, and two people that probably would have never even spoke to each other ended up speaking to each other because here's this big dude with this big shirt that they're both agreeing with. So.
Yeah, I love it. I love to put stuff on the back of clothes because everybody's walking behind you. So people might, be iffy to look at your shirt while you're walking face to face, but right behind, it's nothing to just read it. So I like putting it on the back. I think
what's that one say?
It's just the season to get highly connected. Smoking
What's up, highly connected?
Yeah,
something on the back, right?
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Yeah. It's usually covered with whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, but I want to
put it lower, get it down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tramp stamp is what they used to call it. If you're allowed to say that.
I guess so.
I'm allowed to say it's my show. If y'all don't like the word tramp stamp, tune out, man. Tune out. Here he goes. Okay, just leave once today, man. You're freaking me out when you leave twice in one day.
I won't be back this time.
Okay. Yeah, watch. Okay, we're going to semi-pay attention to that because I thought that was a good step back in right there. What's up, dude? I like those Crocs, man.
Hey, thanks.
Croc life, baby.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Right. Yeah,
That's
make
my
the connections.
audience.
That's how you make a connection for real. Fans followers,
Studio
supporters.
audience.
Yeah. It's a cool vibe. What you got?
Yeah, I feel like Kelly Clarkson at the talk show. Do you know who that is?
Heard her. What is she like? American Idol or something?
Yeah. Yeah, I got American Idol stories, man. My daughter started watching American Idol. So when it was on, I started paying attention. Then I started watching it. Her and I watched it for 3 years, maybe. She stopped watching it, and I watched it for another 4 years, according to her. I love music. I love fashion. And the thing that I can judge on those people the most was their clothing. I'm like, who told him to wear that? Whose idea was that? That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It was just, I'm like, are those shoes right for that outfit? No, they weren't right for the outfit, and then
should have been their stylist.
You kind of fall in love with the judges and stuff like that. But yeah, I finally got out of that habit. I might revisit it, but
yeah,
it did bring me pop music. I don't listen to local radio stations that have popular music on there. And these are current artists. These are brand new artists.
Right.
You know what I mean? And some of them are doing their own thing outside of, trying to be on The Voice. They are actually in a band, or they have a band or a group or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the music part interests me in that way. I couldn't really judge the music because I'm a fan. I'm not an artist. But fashion, I consider myself an artist. I mean, look at this fit. Okay.
Swaggy. Yeah.
Colorado Cameraman was one.
Yeah.
Is one. And I know you're looking to switch that up a little bit.
Well, what we're looking to do is just to make it more sense to the people who follow online. Make it more central. Because like I told you, I got paid to do the High Rocks filming. And that went really well for me. So I'm like, what if I just focus on that? So I have the Flex Atlanta brand. And I don't know if I want to just tell you the story here. I guess start from the beginning. I'll start it from here. And then because the beginning is like a whole episode in this.
Yeah.
But for right now, what we're going to do, because Flex Atlanta has always just been just a brand. We never really called it a business because it was never really a business. It was just an Instagram. That was just my Instagram name when I was in Atlanta. That was just it. It's just kind of like how your Instagram is that. Right. And his Instagram, it was just an Instagram name. And with me doing the bodybuilding shows and then doing the training, it kind of grew into something bigger than just an Instagram name. Then when we made it a logo, for no reason, we didn't even need to make a logo. It was just something we were just doing because we're high. Right. We were just coming up with shit. But that really changed the game, though, because once we made a logo, we became an actual thing. So right now, since I'm not back home, like I'm kind of giving up on the personal training because it's not really big here. Yeah. Like people want to get in shape, but Colorado is one of the most healthiest states in the nation. Yeah. Versus Georgia, we're on the complete opposite end. So I was like, personal training is not going to work out here for me. So I kind of wanted to like rebrand it. And so what we're going to do now, since I've been doing photography and filming just as long as a little bit shorter than I've been working out. So what we're going to do now with Colorado Cameraman, that brand, at least on social media, will just be strictly music festivals, concerts, and DJ stuff. Everything will just be put on that page. For Flex Atlanta would be all fitness videos because it's still fitness related. Right. And then for the 42092 page, that name is just because of my birthday, like we talked about. But we're just going to make that page strictly just like ads and commercials and like actual professional stuff that I do for people. So we're going to try to make it more, because it all makes sense to me. But for when people, like what I used to tell people back home is like, just follow one page, because if you follow all the pages, you're going to get confused. But if you just follow one page, you won't get confused. But out here, I don't want to tell people that because, people are, they just want to know. So I can't just like pick and choose where people go. I just got to let it flow in. So if that's the case, I got to just make it make sense to everybody. So it makes sense on a website. A lot of people on socials don't really go to the website and don't go to YouTube, which is okay. Because that's its own audience. Right. But I just want to make it make sense to the people here. Because like I said, it makes sense to me, makes sense to the people back home. But like people out
This
here,
is different. Yeah, this is
people
different.
just don't know where I come from or what has built up to this. Because right now, like my foundation was built like in 2013, 2014. So we're solid, but like we're at the point where we're getting up higher. And I always say we, but it's really me. But I never think it's me because
you have support behind
you know what
right?
I mean. So I
support you.
Yeah. So I always just say we.
Yeah.
But we're at the point now where, you know, we're not, because we started this shit when I was like 19, 20 years old. You know what I mean? It's 5 of us in Flexland, 3 guys and 2 girls. One of the guys has 3 sons now. The other has us daughter. Janine, the girl, she has a house. And then me, I'm in Denver. And then the other girl, she's a flight attendant. So we all live like different lives versus like when we were 20, 21. You know what I mean? So we got to just move things differently. And, so I just try to make it make sense. Like in real life, the brand it hasn't changed, but it does change on socials. Cause I just try to make it make sense. I try to make the algorithm make sense. I try to do this TikTok crap, and it's just try to make it make sense for everybody who do choose to follow multiple pages.
Instead of just random.
Yeah. Because if you come on and don't know what I really do in real life, you're going to get very confused. Because I put, especially for the 420 page, I put everything on there. Cause that's just where I dump shit at.
Personal page, right?
And then I'll do the collabs with the business pages I need to do the collabs with. But I just want to clean it up. Cause I've never really been a personal social media person. Like I never really, like at the beginning in like 2013, 2012. Yeah. But after that, it kind of felt weird just posting my life just for the hell of it. So I was like, let me just start posting my workout videos. And that's kind of how it really started. And this was before videos. At this time, we could only post pictures because Instagram didn't have video capabilities. They didn't have stories. They didn't have shit. It was just pictures. So we built our brand just off posting pictures, traveling around the country and doing workouts at Muscle Beach in Miami, Muscle Beach in California, going to different gyms like in Texas, like in Houston and New Orleans. We went to New York a few times, Ohio, Chicago. Like we just travel around and just work out with people and just kind of built the brands. But now, go back to what I'm saying, really, I just want to focus on content. Like the whole training stuff, like I said, I'm leaving that alone and kind of focusing on the races like we were talking about outside. I just want to start competing. I don't want to get back on stage because like mentally, I don't think I could do another bodybuilding show. Maybe. I don't want to say can't. It's just mentally I'm not there anymore. You know what I mean? Like I did. It's just, well, do you know anything about the bodybuilding lifestyle and the cycles, the scheduling?
Everything has a life. I didn't know that bread had a life until I started delivering bread. That's a whole world.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is a whole world you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lifestyle for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to change it. Like from sun up to sundown, you got to be a bodybuilder. And the reason I stopped is because I became a teacher. And taught school for 8 years. So I stopped doing the bodybuilding shows because I couldn't 100% put myself in as a bodybuilder and be a teacher. You know what I mean? Because I was a first year teacher. I'm still, learning the ropes of being a school teacher. I went to college for and shit. Like I have a degree to be a teacher. So I in my brain, I was like, maybe just focus on this and put the bodybuilding into whatever. But then I did personal training. So I'm not complaining about how it went, but some days I wish, like, damn, what if I would have kept doing the bodybuilding and, but I don't know. I feel like all bodybuilders die at young ages. So it's a dangerous sport. I got offered steroids millions of times. It's like at a certain point, you have to do it. If you like this, you have some organizations that are not drug tested. Then you have some organizations that are drug tested. The ones that, aren't drug tested, that's where you're making all your monies, you're getting your sponsorships, this, that, and the third. The ones that are getting drug tested, you hit a certain limit and you got to go up. But for me, I was getting close to that limit, but I knew it was going to come once I hit that limit. It was either do steroids and actually compete with this organization or never do steroids, go to this organization and lose every competition.
Right.
So I got to that point where it's like, I don't want to kill my body. I think the only bodybuilder that lives long is like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but that's because he has a lot of money. But most of them sick or die like 60s and 70s, just because their insides are just torn up from all the creatines, the proteins, all that stuff that they do to their body. So sometimes I'm glad I stopped because eventually I would have hit the peak and I would have probably gotten sick and shit. So
Right.
So right now, so just to get back to what I'm saying, my bad. Right now, we're just trying to just focus on content, getting the drone, doing the filming, traveling around and just doing like GoPro setups on the chest and just really focusing on the filming and then just kind of post it on the page that we need to post it on. So if you're following the Flexlana page, I think you're there just for fitness content. Or if you're following a Colorado cameraman, I figure you're there just for DJ concert and like festival content. And then you have the Puff Responsibly. And we haven't really dealt with Puff Responsibly since the summertime because now that's strictly YouTube. So we'll post there sometimes, but Puff Responsibly is still alive on YouTube though. Because it's just, we get more attention on there.
Yeah.
Because the same shit me and Danny are posting on there, we can just post that on our regular pages. We don't need a Puff Responsibly page. So right now, I'm just going to use that page just to promote the YouTube because everything's on YouTube for at least for that brand. And then I think those are the brands. Oh yeah, well the 420. So like let's say on the 42092 page, that is just going to specifically be for like companies that. Like let's say Daddy Dinks books me to make a commercial for outside the podcast, outside of Stoners Aren't Lazy, just something that they booked me for to film. I would use that page to post that type of content because that's where I get the most followers, which would be good for business because that turns into customers.
Right.
So I try to make it all make sense because I say it all makes sense to me, but I wanted to make sense for people that are following. I can't expect people to know what's going on in my head. You know what I mean? I have to be able to map it out for them. So that's kind of where it is now. I'm just making it make sense to the audience, to the people that are new, like people that are within a couple of years new, like you, like even Danny. Like, I mean, I've been spent more one-on-one time with Danny, so she kind of understands more. But I only met her like 2 summers ago, so just trying to make it make sense to everybody. Because some people know me for the filming, some people know me for the clothes or the podcast, which is cool.
Right.
But for online, this is really just online. It's just, you might just come across this on a explore page or something. So I just wanted to make sense for those people. You know what I mean? Just try to make it all make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Put it all in a different lane.
Yeah. That's that. I mean, for me, it makes the most sense because on my website, everything's on the website, different tabs. So everything's all in one place. My brain works. I'm not going to say it works crazy, but I had ADHD as a kid and they gave me medicines and shit. That's a whole nother conversation, ADHD. But for me, as an adult, to live with ADHD, I have to put everything in its own fucking lane. Because if not, I'm going to get confused and I'm going to half-ass everything. But if everything has its own lane, then I'll be able to like, okay, Monday I'm going to focus solely on Flexlana content. Tuesday I'll focus slowly on this, that, and the third. So if I have everything in a lane, then it all makes sense to me. And then once I feel like it's, everything's generating money now, but once one thing really hits, I feel like it's going to flood everything else. And then I'll be good. I'll be good from there.
All that. And then I'll be good. Yeah. Well,
I just need one thing to hit. And when I think what I'm going to do is put all my energy into making content with the filming because I love it. I love to film. I actually love to DJ. A lot of people don't know that, but I've been DJing for 10 plus years. I just don't do it. Yeah, I got a whole thing at the crib. Or you probably haven't seen it. I didn't show you the office, but I love to DJ. I'm not like AG or like DJ Thriller. I'm not like on their levels, but like on a smaller level for like kickbacks. I did shit back home. I used to do pool parties.
It ain't about the level, bro. It ain't about the level. I don't give a damn, bro.
I love DJing.
It ain't about
that's like DJing
right
and animals
here,
are my passion 100%.
Another DJ. See, I would never know DJs.
Right.
This is a whole different conversation. We'll have you back for the DJ conversation because a couple weeks ago I had my friend Marky Mark on here. I've been knowing Marky Mark for 7 years now, and he said that I should DJ, and I said, man, the curve on that is just, and he goes, you like funk stuff? You're always talking about this different music. My son, shout out to my son, I won't say which one, boom, is a real music person, and he's always sending me stuff, and we're always talking about music and things like that.
What that was there for? Sorry.
See, you're supposed to keep me on track. What was I talking about?
No, my bad. No.
DJ, bro, that's a different audience, okay? Because I know professional DJs.
Yeah.
You've been in it for a long time. That's how they make their dough. You go to DJ competition, it's the same way. I mean, I believe they have $3,000 up on that one.
Sheesh.
And I met I met all those DJs, AG from 303. I always shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to AG.
That guy has put me in front of a lot of people, put me in places that I would have never seen, such as a DJ battle.
Yeah.
What the fuck am
Such
I
as a
doing
yacht.
here?
I've never been on a yacht. Never been on a boat. I've been on a cruise, but
Right.
never been on a yacht before, so that was cool.
A cruise for everybody and old people. A yacht, that's
Exclusive.
one step above.
A yacht. I said, sheesh.
Yeah. See what I mean?
Yeah. It's a different,
and my mom used to say things like that about, watch out who you hang out with. It's people and places, and it is. And when you hang out with the right people, the right things happen, hang out with like people, don't be afraid to jump out of the lane, because I jump out of the lane a little bit, aside from, being Smoking Santa and smoking heavily every day. I'm a big supporter. You know that. I support you a lot. Reposting stuff.
Yeah, I
have a few people that do that for me. My biggest support comes from my long-term partner of 34 years. Doesn't matter what I do. She supports it. Won't let me put myself in danger, but that's the unseen support. That's the real support. Like if I'm sick, like if I need toothpaste. See, you don't even understand something like that. I have a person.
One day.
I have a person, you might have a mom or a grandma or aunt that would get you some toothpaste, right? But I have a person that I've had next to me more than half my life that will make sure I have toothpaste. I love her so much too. She hates when I talk about her. So I'm going to shut up now.
I got you.
If she tuned in, I'm already in for it.
Oh, I guess we got another page, the Flex Atlanta Radio page, which is just straight podcasts from all different shows. And it corresponds with the YouTube page, which is Flex Atlanta Radio. So any type of whether it's my show, whether it's I guess you don't know anybody else, but whoever's show, it's all on one radio, because I just call it Flex Atlanta Radio, because it's it's a radio. Like we talk music, or we play music, and there's different little talk shows. But every talk show has its own name. So the Puff Responsibly show, Flex Talk used to be my show back home. We had the Big Waves podcast, we had Smoke Signals, and this is all under one. So yeah, if you want podcast content, like even our episodes fully on there on YouTube. Instagram doesn't really, cause I don't really do too much clickbaity shit when it comes to podcasts. So like my podcast stuff or our podcast stuff doesn't really get the hits like it should on Instagram. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to put the full episode out on YouTube, and then boom, people come across it. They come across, like I say, cause YouTube it's a whole different world. You try to figure out YouTube. Right. And then I can't put no Puff Responsibly stuff on TikTok cause they don't like smoking. Or at least they don't like smoking when you post stuff. So I think I found out like on live, they don't really care, because I'm on TikTok now, and I was on it the other day when I was smoking. I was like, oh, I can't post on my like feed, but I can do a live smoking, and I'm like, that's stupid. So we just gave up on my weed stuff on TikTok. But we just do all of our. So I say all that to say, if you're looking for any type of podcast content, any episodes, it's all under Flex Atlanta Radio. Try to keep everything there so you guys don't get confused. It's all under there. It's probably like 300 different videos, but I've done over like 1,000 different podcast episodes between here and back home. But it's all on the old laptop. So most of it's all on the old laptop. You'd be surprised how many people I've done podcast episodes and they tell me not to post it because they realize that they talked a little bit too much. I feel like I have that thing for some reason people end up talking way too much on my episode or on my shows. Well, and then I can't post it. I'm like, well, fuck. I told you to watch what you say.
It happens.
It does happen.
I didn't throw this out to you, but I usually throw this out to people. We all know what a safe word is, right? Yeah. The safe word here on the Smoking Santa show is next question. Okay, if I ask you a question you don't want to answer, you maybe shouldn't answer.
Right.
The safe word is next question, and I'm just going to pop right into the next question.
Right.
Chances of me asking you a question like that are probably slim, but I just want to make sure nobody gets hurt, right?
Of course.
That's how you're reeling them in, bro. When you're talking and they're letting loose now. They're all like, I'm the one that took that 10 out of my auntie's purse. What? You confessed on my show? But you know what I'm saying, right?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, so sorry I didn't throw that out there sooner. But yeah, just say next question, man, and I won't even bat an eye. I'll just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because there's some shit I ain't going to talk about, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And if I do fall into the hole, I can potentially, especially with you, I can potentially relax and then end up saying some shit. But what I'll do with you is I'll send you a link. You'll have full control over all this. It's mostly chopped up. I don't post the full episodes just yet. I will. It's just purposely delayed because if you ain't here now, you're gonna see it much later.
Later. I just look at YouTube. I look at YouTube as like, when it comes to podcast stuff, is like a hard drive, like a place to save my long. Because some of this should be like 2-3 hours long.
Access it anywhere you are.
Yeah,
you can let other people access it.
Yeah. So that's how I used to look at it. Now we care more about the views and the interactions, but before it was really just a hard drive, so I can get the shit off my phone, and it's always there. So that's kind of how we looked at it. But yeah,
free storage,
really. Free, and you might get paid if it hits. If the audience is there, you might get paid off your free storage. So yeah, YouTube. If you just have, no matter what you do, if you create content and have nowhere to put it, slap it on YouTube. YouTube will never die. I read up this probably like 5 years ago. I read up how much content was uploaded per hour. It was thousands of content per minute, uploaded per minute. I'm like, well, goddamn, YouTube's gonna be here forever, and there's tons of content here, so you might as well post your shit. I feel like Daddy Danks could have a reality show, not with all the drama and all the stupid shit, but just have the camera going and and people would tune in and really watch the shit.
We're going one step at a time, but yes,
I get
a thought. Don't think, my boy Chris over there. I love that dude, man. He's gonna be another one of my nephews soon. He just doesn't know it, but yeah.
Like people like
you just have to dig in that one. That dude is smart. Mm-hmm. He's destined for fucking management. I think he just turned 21 a couple of minutes ago. And I'm gonna get him on the show. Daddy Dank himself called Chris the stud of Daddy Danks. So for those of you who are looking for a stud, pop into Daddy Danks, 6401 West Alameda. Lakewood, Colorado, and see my guy Chris. For sure, he'll hook you up. I haven't. There's not bad customer service here. You know why? I found out they're all family. Mm-hmm. I asked one day. I said, "Hey, man, what's the turnover rate around here?" He said, "None. We're all family." He's working.
Yeah.
So part of the reason I love Daddy Danks, if you look at it, it's a funk vibe, kind of a funk guy.
Yeah.
Definitely a Motown guy, which is where a lot of that stuff was developed. And it's old school. It's not like some of the modern places.
Right. I like it. I'm looking for a part-time job, but something like this. I don't want to just work anywhere, but something that like makes sense for, what we do.
Yeah. For what you're doing.
So I'm in it. You know what I mean? And part-time, like a couple days a week. I don't really need too much.
Well, that's what Isaac does. He's passing out his little business cards. You need to get with him too. He's got a little podcast that he does. I've been on that. They're looking to have me back, but it just hadn't matched up just yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's all pro and go. He is developing an entertainment company. So he has the full setup for podcasts.
That's the way to go.
Big cans, big mics, a room you can smoke in. Mm-hmm.
That's the way to go.
So, yeah, he's got some stuff going on.
I got to stop smoking at least till my race. I need my lungs. I need my lungs. I'll probably go into the edibles. But
edibles. Yeah, it's different, but
yeah,
man, you don't want me shaking and jittering around if you say don't smoke.
I got you. I think my last weekend will probably be Memorial Day weekend. So just my last month to be May. Then I'll go out to New York and I'll be done smoking by then. At least
the good part about it is you're training at altitude. That's going to help you.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's where...
Especially when the athletes that are coming to Denver to compete, because people travel all over the world to these races. So if they are not used to a high altitude and then come race here, you're right. That might mess them up. But for me, I'm going to be used to it. But I'm still not used to it, though. I've only been here 3 years, and I haven't really pushed my lungs yet. So, like, what I'm about to step into is going to be a bitch. I like it, though. I like this type of shit, but it's going to hurt. But I'm looking forward to it because this is like, I don't know. I like having something to look forward to, like a competition. You know, that's why I love doing the bodybuilding, because I knew, okay, I had a show in August, or I got a year and a half to get ready. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to do this for 3 months, cardio for 4. So for now, I'm like, it doesn't turn me on, but it gets me excited to like be like, okay, I got a race coming up. Like, it's better than
getting pumped,
you know, like I'm just getting pumped, like
getting pumped.
So I'm loving it. So yes, I got to stop smoking for sure. Yeah.
All right.
So I got a month left. All
right.
No, and I don't really drink too much, so I'm not really worried about substituting it for alcohol. All of that's got to stop.
Yeah, I don't drink.
I find out a lot of stoners don't. Well, not a lot of like real smokers out here don't drink.
It's too hard for me to process anymore. You know what I mean? It stopped processing for me about right when I hit 50.
And process, like, you don't like waking up feeling sloppy. Feeling sloppy and stuff.
You know, I went from I could drink a bottle of wine myself and still I'll be all right the next morning. You know, you feel like you've drank wine too. I couldn't recover from it. So then I started drinking a half bottle of wine. And then I got to where I couldn't recover from that. You know,
it gets to the point where you don't like, I don't want to do it.
I've been out here 12 years in June, and I've had one beer. I was at this guy's house. They were doing a cookout. He said, "You can't come to me." He's all drunk. He said, "You can't come to my house and not drink a beer." Man, I got this. I slammed that beer, went to sleep for 3 fucking hours. I woke up feeling like shit too. It just, you know, I don't know what happened. Somehow it just said, "Hey man, just don't do this anymore because we're going to make it hard on you if you do," you know?
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I quit coffee like that too. Probably about 17 years ago. I mean, I was coffee in the afternoon, coffee before you go to bed, the whole night. And all of a sudden I just had an aversion to it. I've had people ask, "Did you hit your head? Were you in an accident or what happened?" I said, "Nothing. I just one day said, that's not good. It's not, it's been weird. For a long time, I couldn't even go down the coffee aisle in the grocery store.
Because of the smell or something?
Yeah, because of the smell. I can do it now, but I don't think I'll ever drink coffee again, bro."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear long-time coffee use is really not that, or coffee drinking isn't that good. I've never had, well, of course I've had coffee to taste it, but I probably had maybe 2 sips of coffee my whole life.
Really? Somewhere in the world, there's 8mm film of me in my mom's arm with a bottle of coffee. Literally. I'm probably, I don't even know, 8 months old maybe. It's half milk, half coffee. So, am I an ADHD kid? Do I qualify? Are you serious? Are you serious? When it started showing up in my children, I was like, man, bro, I already know how you're feeling because I didn't know. I didn't know until then. And I'm talking, this was, you know, my oldest son born in the 80s. So I go to the bookstore and I tell people all the time, you could read whatever you want to read. You can. Any book out there will contradict the other book. And, you know, they would talk about red dyes and diet and all this other stuff. And Ritalin was kind of a new thing, you know. And, yeah, I finally made the decision. I'm like, look, man, red dye, I don't think that's it. Went to the doctor. He hooked us up. And things straightened out a lot. By the time my youngest son came, I recognized that when he was like 2.
Yeah.
There's something going on with this one right here. I know where he's at. I should probably be on Ritalin now, but that's for a later time.
Yeah.
It's hard. I went to a class one time, and the lady said, if you want to know what it's like to be an ADHD child, this lady's going to blow a whistle. This lady's going to pound a spoon on a pan. This lady's going to flash the lights for 30 seconds. There's probably 20 adults in this room. Bro, yeah, I was having flashbacks because that's how school was to me.
Yeah.
You know, are you going to learn how to write? Do you know? I know the answer. I'm just not. Everything around you's going off like fireworks. You know, it's unexplainable at the time, but looking back on it and after seeing it in my 2 boys, it was yeah, it's real. It's as real as it can be.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure being a teacher, you probably experienced kids that weren't on medicine.
Yeah.
And then you probably had kids that were on medicine you never knew, right? I mean, I'm positive of that. I already know. My one son went from standing up, walking around a row of chairs and sitting back down just randomly in a classroom. Teacher told me that. And you know what he did about it? Nothing, because he understood it. Look, man, if I don't let this kid blow he's not disrupting the class.
That's it.
Some people are looking up, but yeah, he's not screaming. So he just let him go around the row, sit back down. Maybe 10 minutes later, he'd go around the row and sit back down.
That's a whole nother podcast too, talking about schooling. Like, obviously I was a kid and I was in school, but then being a kid and then being a teacher too. And I worked at a charter school. I never worked for public schools. You just get a different perspective on just school itself. So I think we should have a conversation. I mean, you being a parent and getting your kids through school, you have literally a whole different perspective too. I don't know. I think school needs to be talked about a little bit more, especially public school. I'm not the biggest fan of public school. I think it works, obviously, but I think, and I mean, the resources, if you don't have the resources to send your kid to a different school, cool. But I don't know. I think when it comes down to kids like that, like you were just saying, like, there's not a lot of attention that should be there.
There's not a lot of focus.
There's not a lot of resource that's there. And when you take your kid to a private school or charter school or something where it's a little bit more focused, a little smaller classrooms, I don't know. I think I'm not going to say it's more beneficial, but I think like that extra attention plays a big part in this child's development for sure, versus putting them in a public classroom where it's like 20, 25 kids and there's not a support teacher in there to focus on the kids that are a little bit, not delayed, but a little bit special
they need a reading mother.
Yeah.
Somebody's mom comes in and reads with them for a half hour a day.
Yeah, whatever the case is, because I don't think every kid can learn in the classroom and in a classroom setting 8 hours a day. Like, I agree when people say public school is just gearing a kid to be a worker, just be a person that just goes to work, follows the rules. You know what I mean? I can kind of understand that because I always tell, as a teacher, I always say, like, yes, we're supposed to teach you, but like, you learn the most at home with your parents, your community, your environment. That's where you're really, really learning. At the end of the day, yeah, we're teaching your kids, but we're just babysitters.
going through the motions
with a little bit of education, you know what I mean?
Book.
Following, and now I don't know if I forgot who I was talking to, but now we're getting to the point where some of the curriculums are being created by AI. So it's not even the school board creating the curriculums no more. It's the I guess the system creating I don't know. It's just, that's its own conversation. The schooling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of my kids went to public school. Public school system was in a lot of ways corrupt, just, and no. I hocked everything. My kids are wonderful. They're well educated. They're well rounded. Yeah. Public school, you're talking about 25 kids. When I was in school, we would sometimes have as many as 32 kids and they sectioned us off then. You were in a section. What's your section? That's the first thing the teacher would ask you. I was in section 22. Wildest fucking bunch of people in the whole school, you know. All the ADHD kids went to section 22. So, I tell people sometimes I quit school in the 3rd grade. I knew I hated school by the time I was in the 3rd grade. Too many rules. Too much. What? What if I'm hungry now? You know.
Yeah.
The kicker was when my 3rd grade teacher, and I tell this story all the time because it's a real kicker, and this is real life. My 3rd grade teacher wouldn't dismiss my buddy Richard to use the restroom. And he wet himself. We're in the 3rd grade, bro. You know, how long can you hold it? And then she humiliated him in front of the class. And he was just crying. You wouldn't let me go. You wouldn't, you know. He was telling her, hey, I need to do this. So my friend Daryl and I always talk about if we get in a time machine, we're going to go back and correct some shit right before people make the wrong decision. I'm going straight back to Mrs. Rabbit's room, 3rd grade, and I'm going to be like, look, this kid needs to pee. He's going to carry that shit for the rest of his fucking life. We got 30 plus kids in this class. I was in the Boy Scouts with this dude. I mean, I knew him until we were in high school, you know? Yeah. So watch out for the time machine because, I'm not looking to hurt anybody. I'm just looking to let them make a different decision right now. You know what I mean? Because, and this was one of those teachers at the time I was in her classroom. She would say, I've been teaching for 37 years. I think that was about 10 years too long, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But she did teach me perfect handwriting. If I really sat down and do it, I could do it just like on the tablet because she used to slap me on the back of the neck with a ruler. So I didn't. Are you making your J's right? Well, hell yeah. My name's Jimmy. I'm going to make it right. So, yeah, we could talk about school all day. You love it or you hate it or you fall right into the groove that they want you to float through. That's just how I see it. Private education, you can't fall into the groove. Because if you keep falling out of the boat, it's a small enough environment that someone's going to say, hey, you know, we need to look, this is going to be different. He likes to swim. He doesn't like to ride in a boat. Let's teach him in a different way. Yeah. And, I don't say it very often anymore, but I was in the Boy Scouts for 5 years. And a lot of people ask, you know, not a lot, but some people say, did anything happen? You know, and I'm real sorry to those families that had to suffer that crap because we all know about it now. No, nothing ever happened. My scoutmaster was one of the best influences in my life. That dude taught me shit that Miss Rabbit would never teach me. You know what I mean? Discipline. He was an army guy. So he kind of, you know, made you a little soldier. Hey, you got to brush your teeth and you got to do this and you got to do that. Taught me things that my parents weren't teaching me, you know. My mom didn't have very good dental hygiene. She just didn't grow up with it. So I didn't even start taking care of my teeth till I was like 20 years old, you know, because she just didn't, you know. But my scoutmaster, when I think back on it, he was the one that always said, yeah, line up. We're going to brush our teeth. Everyone, you know. He was very open to a lot of things, and which made me very open to a lot of things. He decided that we lived not far from the projects, and he decided that he was going to go over there and scout some of those kids and give them a chance. So he brought all these kids from the project into our troop. We had the biggest troop in Detroit at one point. There's 80 some odd kids. And with, like I said, one of the greatest influencers in my life before these kids, and teaching me how to lead. Hey, you need to help this one out. Okay. Some of these kids, the only way they went out of the projects was to go to school. They didn't, if they spent the night at someone's house, it was in the projects. We're taking them 60 miles outside of Detroit where you can see stars in the sky and it's dark. Yeah. So that's part of where my compassion comes from is, you know, and even my mom was that way, you know, she's like, look, this is the one. You're just going to have to watch out for this one. Okay.
Yeah.
She would call it saving them. Save this one, will you? And I'd be like, okay. I've done it a lot throughout my life, you know, just like, this isn't funny. This isn't fun. This is the, you know, bullying is not, I was always a big kid. I was probably more of a bully looking back on it because I make kids give me cupcakes. That's fucking someone up right there, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting robbed when you're 10 years old. Yo, man, give me a cupcake. Come on. You know? But, and some of that was the people I was hanging out with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they were doing. And, you know, my mom would monitor the people in the yard. Hey, who that boy right there? Where's he from? Where's his dad work? What's his no phone number? I said, I don't know, Mom. He just showed up. Well, tell him he has to go home. Till my mom figure out who he is. You know? That's how I started listening to Kiss and smoking weed in the basement. My mom said, just do it right here. I don't need you out there.
Right.
I don't know where you are doing that shit.
Yeah.
Very progressive for those times. My scoutmaster was very progressive for those times. My pastor was very progressive for those times. He was an old guy, man, and he was just so understanding about young people. Nothing ever happened there, you know what I mean? He just, you know, did his thing, and yeah. I don't know how I got on that. I should be high right now.
Yeah, we should.
All right. You ready to wrap? You got something else to say?
No, we should do this again.
Tune in.
Going.
We should do it again. I'm gonna have Danny back because she could only go for a half hour, and I really don't have. I have things in mind, but I don't have a list. But I didn't even make it to like 4 things I had in mind to talk with her about. One of them was your cats. We share that. I just posted a little video of, you know, her and I were sharing cat and dog stories, and that's, yeah, I'm definitely going to have her back.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking your time.
Of course.
Time is hard. Time is money. It's hard to get people down here on a Thursday at noon. So the boss doesn't know this yet, but I might ask for special permission to do something in the evening so I can fit those 9-to-5ers in. Because I don't think they should suffer not being able to be on the Smoking Santa show because you have a job.
Right.
Or I could ask those people, call in sick. Come sit with me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, man. I do appreciate you. Again, this is Smoking Santa show, and we out. Peace.
Peace.
Who making noise?
It's time to get high, baby.
Time to do it. Time to do it.
I don't know what that means.